coming in to do a quick little collective video for this next week in March. So we are, we have hit the equinox here. So we have the themes of rebirth, renewal, spring, coming, the flowering, budding, ascension. So I just wanted to come in and see what this next week is bringing us. So, and we've also moved into, in the traditional, zodiac, we've moved into Aries, which is like that leadership, that pioneer, ram, fire energy. So we'll just see what's coming up for this week here. And we still have the lingering, with the Pisces energy here. So I'm going to pull a tarot and see what the archetypal energy is for this next week here. So this is March 21st. So this will be the 22nd until the end of the week here. So let's see here, tarot. So we have the Nine of Swords energy coming out. So the Nine of Swords is like being a lot in our mind. So swords are about mind, intellect. It looks like here, there might be some nightmares occurring, might be some stuff coming out in the subconscious as well. She looks like she's, very in despair here. She's not able to sleep. It's, things that are keeping us up at night. But 9 is like there is a cycle here. So it looks like there is some sort of completion within a cycle, but there is a lot of stuff in the mind that's going on. It seems to be keeping us awake. Plagued by thoughts, it's really giving me here. Worry, anxiety, things like that. So let me see here what's coming up as a guide. So you might be having some nightmares, maybe some things that are coming out in your dreams. And when there things are like, there can be things that are reoccurring. If there's messages that are reoccurring that keep coming out in your dreams, that, is something to take notice of. That's your subconscious. There's something that wants to be released, something that does want you to take notice. So maybe keeping a dream journal. If you don't remember your dreams, there are different techniques you can try. But there is some people that it's just very hard for them to remember their dreams, but they'll get their information during the day. During their conscious hours. So let's see who's coming out for a guide here. So we've got Archangel Melchizedek and Selenite. So Selenite, that very clearing crystal, Selenite's that self-cleaning crystal, and it kind of cleans all the crystals that are around it that it touches. So it looks like there is some sort of purification going on here with that. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. Ooh, okay, it was a half sneeze. So we have divine perfection. So it says, I bow to the higher will unfolding in all things at all times. So it's kind of funny that we've got the head down here and we've got this bow to a higher will unfolding. I feel peace growing in my heart and mind. So yeah, it's like, I feel like there's some sort of mind purification that's going on. Maybe there being some releasing of these thoughts, of negative thoughts, anxiety, worry. I move closer to the divine heart of the universe, where there is only love and grace, encouragement, and respect. There are so many healing blessings for me now. I let go of what has been with serenity, and I unconditionally trust in the goodness of what is unfolding. So letting go, it looks like here, yeah, it could be letting go of some thoughts, could be letting go of some habits, surrendering, I'm getting here with this as well, but divine perfection. So it's like everything is already kind of, you are already perfect. Everything is working out perfectly according to this higher will that's unfolding here. But it's like being able to feel that peace. So it looks like here there might be a theme to bring in some more peace within our mind aspect here. Swords are also messages as well too. So like I was saying, getting those messages in your dreams, maybe there's some messages in your thinking patterns that are coming out here. I'm going to see here what a soul lesson that's coming up is. And we have the archangel energy. So archangels, I feel like they work a lot with humanity as a whole, but also two very, very powerful angels that can help with certain aspects. So like Archangel Michael, he's like the, you know, the sword of truth, and he cuts through the illusions and can help cut cords. And then we've got like Raphael, who's that healing, that very healing presence, that very heart, that green. So it looks like here, you know, we've got this Melchizedek here, and we've got the energy of like kind of like a purification here. It's kind of like almost like a liberation I'm getting here, where we're down, putting our hands like, you know, down into our hands, and then it's like it's almost like this raising up here. This joyous, it's giving me a lot of light here. The color white too, yeah, like innocence, divinity, it's giving me that here. And then we have the purple here, which is like the crown chakra almost lighting up. I'm getting there is some kind of like mind purification maybe going on this week. So yeah, freedom, that picture was really giving me that liberation, right? That freedom. It says here, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So yeah, it's about like, and I feel like here we've got a lot of that in the mind. It's a lot of the thinking aspect of it. So we could be maybe like some sort of prisoner to our thoughts almost. The things that replay in our head, the anxieties. And when we're having anxiety, it just, we need to come back down to earth. So our head's in the clouds, so we want to ground. So it looks like grounding might be very important this week as well. Because we are dealing with things of the mind. But a good affirmation is, I possess the power and free will to create my own happiness. So possessing the power, so we have the power. So here she doesn't look like she has the power. It looks like, you know, they're kind of beaten down. You know, they're kind of submitting here. But we have that power. I feel like there is some power coming in here. And free will. So we get to choose, you know, which thoughts we are going to entertain and which ones we're not. And that can kind of keep us stuck in a little bit of a loop. Those negative thinking patterns here. But it's about happiness here. And it looks like we have some sadness over here, maybe some torment, some anguish, some pain. But it looks like here there is a lesson of freeing ourselves. I feel like it's freeing our mind. Purification with the selenite. It's like cleansing. I feel like there is some cleansing energy here. Feel like too, we've got the blue here for the throat chakra coming out quite a bit. So the crown in the mind, and then like the blue for the throat, I'm getting like expressing happiness, expressing your power, expressing your voice, expressing loving, you know, positive things. You know, gratitude, thankful things, helpful things. Let's see what else is coming up here. So we've got perception. It says beyond the veil of illusion. Yeah, so I feel like here there is a lot of illusions maybe in the mind, but I feel like we're going to be seeing through that. There's some sort of third eye activation going on here and some sort of throat. There is a transformation going on, but it's like we're changing our perspective, which is going to change our perception of how we see something, of how we see a situation. Maybe it's like changing our mind and our thinking patterns, and it's going to help us see a different side of something. It's going to maybe help us see that, you know, we really have the free will and the power to create our own happiness, because we do create our own happiness. Happiness comes from, you know, ourselves. That comes from something that we create. So maybe it looks like here we are going to be having some sort of activations here, but seeing beyond the veil of illusion. So I feel like maybe too some of these swords are trying to cut through some of that illusion with this selenite. And I do have a selenite sword, which is actually funny because it's like we've got all this sword energy here. Or it's a knife. I guess I shouldn't say a sword, it's a knife. But I feel like here, we're really being called to that kind of that aspect of peace with that. I feel peace growing in my heart and mind. So yeah, but it looks like there's going to be some sort of perception change, where we're going to be seeing something was kind of like a lie or an illusion all along. And then we've got number 39 with that, so number 12, so then number 3. So there is a teaching and learnings within there. There is some sort of mastery aspect to that I'm getting. So let's see what else comes out here. And I feel like Melchizedek too. It's like, I feel like there's knowledge, there's some sort of like wisdom and order. There's cosmic order with that. I don't know, that's just coming up when I think of Melchizedek. Ancient, kind of like ancient wisdom. So we got new beginnings, and I like that. So we got that springtime energy here with the equinox. We got that 000, that manifestation energy. Now it looks like here, there is going to be some sort of new beginnings coming in here. Because 9, there is a completion to something. There is, like I was saying, like with the 9s, I feel like there is a completion to maybe a cycle where we were really worried. Maybe we were up at night, couldn't sleep, had anxiety. And I feel like here there is some sort of cleansing that's coming. That's going to help break free of the chains. Seeing something from a different perspective is going to help us, like, you know, start this new beginning here. And we've got the circle, so there is like that energy of a cycle. And then with the 3 zeros, so we got the 3 again, so it's like really giving me that there is some learnings and wisdoms within that aspect of it. So I feel like this is going to be very joyful. We've got this energy of like the sun here kind of, but also too the sacral. So, and then I've got, it's funny how we're going from like darker to lighter. It's almost like, almost kind of like this cleansing or like this kind of purification. Like we're rising up, we've got this freedom energy, like rising up and like shining that pure white light. We got that selenite, right? That pure white. So I feel like here it's going to be something connected to like emotions here with this new beginning. There might be a new emotional beginning, but there's more than one. So it says new beginnings, and there we do have that number 3. So maybe there's 3 new beginnings. Emotional, could be career, could be something that you're coming to a realization on your path, on your journey. See, animal totem coming out here. So we got the white stag. We got a lot of white coming out. So yeah, it's giving me a lot of that cleansing. It says there's so many healing blessings for me now. So yeah, healing too, a new beginning of healing it could be as well. Emotional healing I'm getting. There's goodness unfolding. So it says white stag protector. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Yeah, like new beginnings. You know, creating blessings. Awaken to the powerful force within you. So yeah, I feel like here it's like possessing that power and that free will. You know, I feel like that's a force. We're going to be awakening to that force of power. So use your intuition. This is like, you know, your third eye, seeing your perception. Use your intuition to guide you. So it looks like here we're an old soul. So that's something that you might be taught, you know, told, something that you might just feel. But it looks like here you have some wisdom. You are gaining wisdom on your path, but you do have some wisdom with yourself as well. White stag, so the white is definitely giving that like purity, that innocence, that divinity. And we, like I was saying, we have a lot of white coming out here. So I'm just gonna pull a couple more cards and see what else here. So it looks like magic. This could be a magical time too, a very fertile time. And I feel like too, when we're in that very fertile time, because if you are someone who goes with the cycles, it's going to be very hard to bring in, you know, the manifestations and things whenever we're in that mindset, when we don't have the right mindset, because then we're coming from lack kind of thing. So let's see here. So you do have a protector though, but you could also be someone who is a protector of like, you know, children. You could be, you know, could have some types of qualities to protect others, to help others. So we have this isolation, bonds, home. So this one actually here I had pulled last week for the collective as well. So it looks like here there might be some people that are still in a little bit of an isolation phase. But as well here, it's like, I feel like you're calling out to like your soul tribe here. And last week we were talking about, you know, calling out. It was that wolf speak that came out. And it does look like we have this kind of full moon energy. So it could be, you know, by the full moon, maybe you're, you know, you're calling out to your tribe here. But there is some sort of bonds. There is some sort of, looks like safety, maybe security that you're looking for. Maybe friendship, partnership, maybe even just support here. So reach out. Don't be afraid to speak up and reach out. We still have a lot of white going on here with that. Number 25, so there is some sort of initiation, I feel like, maybe into soul family. Once you start kind of asking and speaking out, you're going to attract your tribe. You're going to find who your people are. I feel like this is kind of something that is coming up more for people now. So let me see what else. So you might be in a time of isolation. You might be coming out of a time of isolation as well. Especially with this 9 of Swords too. There might be a lot of things in the mind that are like preventing you from like maybe stepping out. And I've noticed that quite a bit even with myself. Like I'll really work myself up with something in the mind and it wasn't even really as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like we come to like the worst situation, right? Let's see, what else do we got here? We have light language coming out. So it says here, change, expansion, next steps, up level vibes. Yeah, number 23. So we have number 5 there. So I feel like there is a transformation. You might be called to, I feel like the sun. We've got a lot of like the sun in these cards as well. There's a lot of light. So that would like this, the whiteness of it, the lightness of it. Is really giving me light. So I feel like here there might be some sort of sun activation, some sort of language. It's giving me with the language, it's like communication, right? The freedom, this throat chakra, communication, expressing. But it looks like here it does say change, expansion. So we are expanding. You know, there are, you know, some new beginnings coming. We are freeing ourselves. We are like, you know, up level, it's saying here, you know, in the ascension. So, and it looks like here it's like shining kind of right down into the crown here. So I feel like we're being illuminated with some things in the mind, wisdom. You might be called to light language too if you're on this journey. I do some light language myself, so you might be called more to that, you know, this upcoming week. But also too, if you might have some sort of activation where you're going to be calling out maybe to your soul family using the light language, something like that. But also too, it just, light language is just activations. It's just vibrations that are coming through here. So I feel like the sun is going to be very helpful and powerful with those. Let's see if there's any more crystals we got here. If you're into crystal work. And if you don't have the crystal, you can just intend its energy. So what do we got here? Tiger's Eye. So it says Tiger's Eye is a gold brown quartz displaying a light refracting optical phenomenon known as catatonics, or cat's eye, that appears just below the stone's surface. Who needs it? The currently overthinking, yeah. Mood swinging, Virgos and Geminis. So yeah, we got that overthinking here. Where to put it? In a string of prayer beads hanging from their middle finger, counted during meditation along with your blessings. So we got these new beginnings and these blessings. You are meant to create magical blessings with your magic. So you might be called a little bit to like alchemy, working with the nature, the elements too. So I feel like too, it's like focusing on your blessings as well. Focusing on what you're already you know, all the things that you already have in your life to be grateful for. That's going to help bring some more stuff in. When to use it? When your thoughts are not your friend. Yeah. When reading Hungarian theories and or attempting to decipher a Zen koan. When you're all roar and not enough purr. When only equanimity of mind, body, soul, left brain, and right brain can get you square with the universe, balance your whole being. Yeah, I feel like it's like getting the mind right kind of thing, that balance here. And we got when, you know, when you're all roar and not enough purr. So maybe there's a little bit too much fire. And we got that, you know, kind of like that energy with the fire. Maybe there's a little bit too much fire, and we're being asked to kind of bring in a little bit of softness with that. So it looks like Tiger's Eye going to help balance your being here. But we got that kind of almost like that lion energy, that Leo, the fire as well with that. So I'm just going to pull a thread of karma. I'm going to see what we can do here to help this week, if anything. So step into divine timing, it says, and it's saying divine perfection here. So it's like, I feel like, yeah, everything is happening and unfolding according to, you know, this plan, this perfect plan, which includes perfect divine timing. So what's meant for you won't pass you by. Trust the delays, they're realigning your path. So yeah, if you might be having a little bit of moments where you feel like you're maybe waiting, and I feel like too, we can get in our head with that as well too, when we're waiting. It's like, why isn't it coming? Oh, you know, maybe I didn't do it right, maybe, you know, or maybe I didn't do this right to, you know, help this, or maybe I'm not powerful enough to be able to bring this in. Like, I feel like here we can get into that with our mind. So it's like saying here, you know, trust the delays. They're aligning you with your path. So we got that alignment coming in. So, and this is like very peaceful. I feel like here he's very grounded, very peaceful. So it looks like here grounding, being out in nature, even just taking a little seat here. Maybe even just watching the sunset, I'm really getting here as well with that. Because we got a lot of the sun coming out here. So I feel like here he's got like a backpack. So I feel like here, maybe it's just like sitting with your shit. It's giving me like sitting with your baggage type of thing, like, and being able to like just be peaceful in that. I feel like too, you might feel like too, maybe there's something that you missed. Maybe there was some sort of synchronicity that you thought you should have took action on and you didn't, and maybe you're getting, you know, work inside your head about it a little bit. You know, trust the delays, it's saying though. What's meant for you won't pass you by. So if it's meant for you, you know, it will be. It's all, you know, in that perfect unfolding is what's happening. I feel like here he's really got his eyes closed, and it's just like really taking in that breeze, energy, being outside, maybe taking a deep breath, letting it all out and just relaxing. You have nothing to, it's like you don't have to worry. Let's see what's coming in. Outside energies, we got the central sun. Yeah, that's what I was getting. We got a lot of this light coming out. So the great central sun is coming out here. So abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. So with that new beginnings, we got the abundance. And then as well here, that big sun energy. We've got this rejuvenation, regeneration, but it looks like here, you know, we are going to kind of come out of that. We are going to be successful. And I really like this like scarab, kind of this beetle on here. It really gives me the Egyptian energy. So I feel like here there's some sort of rooted ties to Egyptian timeline with these, because we got the light language as well. That's really giving me that aspect of it. The sun. Okay, let's see here. I'm just going to pull a healing card as well, and then I will be done. What do we have for healing cards here? So we got Shapeshifter. It says inner knowledge and ancient wisdom. Yeah, like I was saying, I feel like there is some sort of deeper connection to Egyptian ties, like some sort of ancient, like I was saying with the light language. So it looks like here we've got this energy of the, I think it's the Shikana, with all these steps here. And I feel like this is all like, you know, this is like wisdom. These are like steps, you know, up to, it's almost like the pyramid steps. It's giving me like kind of levels of wisdom, of ascension here. And we've got like this diamond shape here. So I feel like here, there is some sort of like enlightenment or like, information within that. Number 8, so we got the balance with number 8, but also to the flow and abundance as well. I feel like there's going to be abundance of like knowledge and wisdom coming out here. This is a master number, and like I was saying with the, I feel like here this is like our perception. Shapeshifter, we're shifting. You know, I feel like it's like we're almost like shifting our perception. Maybe the way we see something, maybe the way our lens, like, because we all see out of a lens, maybe the way our lens is seeing, we're seeing out of maybe different colored lenses here. And all the interconnectedness of that with that. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm just going to pull one more, sorry. Past life. Let's see what's coming up here. And then I'll be done. So we got explorer, traveler, wanderer. So yeah, it looks like here, you know, we're kind of on this adventure. Number 14, number 5. So there's some sort of transformation there. I feel like we are exploring new things. We have these new beginnings. You know, we are this like cosmic traveler, gaining this knowledge as we go, gaining this wisdom as we go on our path. But we've got this bright sunny energy here, and he's very happy, he's very smiling. So I feel like here, this is kind of a life where this is like a life coming out where, you know, we were traveling, gaining that knowledge, gaining that wisdom. Looking, and I'm getting with the binoculars, it's almost like, yeah, like almost see, like it's like foresight, but also too, I feel like it is seeing almost through a different lens with the binoculars. So from afar you can't see, you know, you can only see so far with your eyes, and something could look like maybe something else, but when you put the binoculars up to it, it's more clear. You can see it, it's right there. Now we can see what the shape is. So I feel like there's some sort of connection with all that there, where we're going to be putting on maybe a different lens, or we're going to be holding up these binoculars where we're going to be able to see things clearly. There's going to be something coming more clearly. So I hope that you enjoyed that reading. Let me know if it resonates. You'll have to let me know this week if any of this stuff comes up for you. Thank you so much.